The whole mind people are off the deep end is my point.
Hey Bert, how did you come to be at the company?
Well, as a matter of fact, I was guided to Lumon's store by Jesus.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. That's the one.
The face, all of the Lumon's bullshit, you mean?
Oh, we'd been attending the Lutheran church for some years. I've been what you might call a scoundrel in my younger days.
To put it mildly.
One Sunday at breakfast, Fields asked me point blank, do I think I'm going to heaven?
Yes, one asks at breakfast.
I know. The answer is no.
To which I replied, what am I supposed to do up there for eternity all by myself?
So we hop on the train to church, and it so happens the sermon that day is about Severance, which was still very new at the time.
He said the church's stance is that innies are complete individuals with souls that can be judged separately from their outie.
So you thought that your innie could go to heaven?
Mostly Outy Burns.
That's so stupid. It was not Earth's place.
You didn't tell me how to go. You went back to Lumon, right?
Oh, they canceled it. I didn't see him. You. Happy plate. Happy plate. Happy plate. Go play with your sister.
What happened?
You're lying about
He
it.
didn't say. Guess he got too busy.
She knows who you are, Outy Helly. She did it on purpose?
Mark. Scout. Thought that was you. I'm Helen Egan. I work at Lumon.
Yeah, no, I know who you are.
You're a fucking psycho!
Well, it's nice to meet
You abused him inside. Now that you don't have access to him inside, you're visiting him outside?
You had enough to eat?
Quite possibly.
We knew that she was a psycho, but right there...
It's really great to run into you. I've heard nothing but good things about your work, by the way.
Liar, liar,
I
liar.
know all about my work, so
Severance humor.
you know about it then.
Yes, I know all about it. I'm like the head of the company, Mark.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should be sorry.
Really?
I'm kidding.
Okay.
You're clearly not down.
You're flirting with him, obviously, with his Outy version.
Hey, now that was not me. That was my father.
Uh-huh.
You should meet him sometime.
Your father?
Sure, why not?
You want to take me home to Dad already?
Yeah, I think it's finally time.
Okay. Sure, let's do it.
You'd be the first.
So, no pressure.
Yeah, none whatsoever. But seriously, I'd love to hear about your experiences sometime.
Okay.
Everything which is happening right now is awful. That scene is frightening for me.
And I know you've already been through so much with losing your wife and all.
And you know all of that about him, like really you're saying it. Anna?
Gemma.
Right, Gemma. Sorry. It's a car accident, right?
You knew her real name, you faked it.
Yeah, such a shame.
Like I know that much about you, but I missed some details. No, you found this little box. No.
But about 10 years
Any
ago,
Worky Irv doesn't exist anymore, and now you're gonna kill
you know,
his Outy version as well.
10 years ago to was 20.
No.
Yes.
No!
Yes, because I remember having drinks with your Lumon partner. Quite startled him.
Yeah?
Didn't the first severed office open 12 years ago? Yes, it did.
So, you work? I don't understand.
Do you think you two ever make love at work?
Feels, Jesus.
Can we not just be pragmatic adults about this?
Oh really? This episode is all about that.
There's a non-zero chance that the two of you had unprotected sex. And so I felt the right to a husk.
Are you done? You plead, ungasped.
Sounds like a man, but I'm not. I've been talking to Pastor Gale about this. I believe that Innies deserve to experience love,
Yes.
and I hope it was beautiful.
It was.
Sorry for being a dick. Let's do it.
Yeah!
Tonight.
But if you take out the ship, both of the versions are gonna be fully reintegrated and just be one? Or you're gonna be Outy Mark and you're gonna forget what Outy Mark did? And for you to know that much about where it is, how to take it off and all, and to know that much about Lumon, for me, you were inside and you were putting these ships at the beginning. Did it?
How long will it take?
It'll be fast.
Fast? How fast?
You remember the moment, but you remember also the feelings.
What the fuck?
Don't move like that. Ignore it. Tell me.
My car's in the driveway. She knows I'm here. I'm already trying something else.
Okay.
Are you gonna tell her?
Just don't worry about it.
What the fuck does that mean?
I'm doing it myself.
Fuck that. Why are you trying to get me out of this?
Oh, I have PTSD.
Mark,
Okay, having a seizure.
who the fuck are you?
Okay, at least your sister is gonna know. I prefer that.
Thank you for the spare hand. This feels... He's fine. He'll be embarrassed tomorrow. He gets fuzzy. Like saying I worked at Lumon 20 years ago, which is, of course, before Severance even existed, of course.
Yes, but it could be true, and in fact, maybe you weren't severed. But do we have the proof that Burt was severed?
I thought you should...
Remember Burt following Irv?
Give me feels or you me? Oh, what? No, I meant with feels. Yeah? Yeah. But, you know, it's... either way.
No, Burt got severed. His husband was talking about it, he all of that. Burt, you're hiding something. Burt is hiding something. You know that during the first season, if you saw my binge watching of the first season, I was suspecting Burt to be the big boss of the company because I felt like he was hiding something. But you're hiding something. I'm thinking of Burt during the first season, how he was. He was really like following Lumon's bullshit, you know, like all of the paintings, everything. He was following everything blindly. So that's why I suspected him to be the big boss, because he was so much into it. Outy department. When you left the retirement, you know, session, with a video from your Outy telling you all of that about, I don't know any of you, but thank you for being nice with my ini, all of that. But beginning of this season 2, we saw Burt following Irv. Maybe just because we had Irv, Worky Irv being like that in front of his house, so he wanted to know more about that Irv who knew his ini. He was just interested by that, you know. Maybe it was just by curiosity, like it's by curiosity that he made contact and right there and they wanted to see each other. But that thing, you know, like about his husband saying 20 years that you are in Lumon when it's only since 12 years that there is a severed floor. I'm trying to cross, you know, all of the informations that we have. The husband also said Burt went into it because we wanted for his ini to have that possibility to go to heaven. At first I thought that it was an homophobic thing, you know, in the sense that in a lot of religion they're considering that being homosexual, because of that you can't go to heaven. So I thought that they were talking about that. Apparently not. It was not about that, but which is making me wonder about why Burt at first wouldn't have gone to heaven. Bon. But your husband thinks, is sure that you got severed. But at the same time he said that thing about 20 years, 12 years. And they told that story about we accepted, you know, all of the thing about being severed after that speech that the pastor, he said. But maybe Burt was working for Lumon before that preach, you know. I don't know, this entire situation is making me wonder if Burt truly got severed at some point. If maybe it was not just a trick, like he didn't get severed at any point. I don't know. Or maybe not at all, maybe I'm totally hallucinating with that and he's not hiding any secret and just right now he's falling in love with Irv outside like he fell in love with Irv inside, and that's all. Maybe that's all. I think that I'm feeling like that because during the season 1 I suspected him of being the big boss and all. So maybe, you know, that part of me who still wants to suspect him of something. When maybe, in fact, there is no reason to suspect him of anything. Okay, let's take all characters like that one by one. I'm glad for Irv that he had that dinner, clearly. Dylan, I'm glad that he's spending time with his wife, and the fact that Worky Dylan is falling in love with his wife outside, but the fact that his wife is falling in love with his Worky version when she's lying to his Outy version and she's clearly not in love with his Outy version anymore and all. It's gonna be problematic, that. Well, the fact that they hugged and kissed, it was nice. It was sweet. I'm glad that Worky Mark was the one to tell the truth to Worky Helly about the fact that he had sex with the wrong version of her. It's totally logical that she reacted like that, being sad and all. That was really fast, the fact that she understood that it was not him who was responsible and it's really Outy Helly who stole that from her and who is a total psycho. And that she wanted to have sex with him right away, like really, right persons, right feelings for each other, but was it the right moment and all? I'm still not sure of it. Apparently for them it was, and they spent a good moment. I'm okay with that. Cool for them, you know, like really cool for you guys. For sure, I'm worried about Mark bleeding, cussing, all of that. Again, we know that PT has health issues and we know how it ended for him. Mark, who is taking out the ship, that's cool, but I don't know really how it's gonna happen, like if they are merging, if it's immediate merging or not, if it's like PT is gonna go a little crazy and maybe it's never gonna happen, or maybe at some point it's gonna happen. Like right there he had memories crossing and that's cool, but how much is it working? Do you have the memories, but do you have the feelings going with the memories, or is it just pictures? And what does it mean for when you're gonna go to Lumon now? Are you gonna remember all of these people, all of what you lived with them, what you have to do, your job that apparently only you can do? I noticed the only information that we had about why Gemma, because she's essential. Is she essential because of her link with him, with Mark? Because apparently him is essential and important and only him can do that job, the Cold Harbor? Or is she essential on herself because she's someone important? Or she's essential also because of her condition, the fact that she's dead outside, so she's a free worker for them, you know, they can use them, they can use her as they want. I'm wondering about that. I'm glad that Mark's sister is gonna know about all of what they did. Clearly we need that. Oh, milkshake moments in front of the mirror, that was particular. First, you know what he did, it was clearly to try to calm himself, it didn't function. The speech, at first, it was to try to use less complicated words, and he did it, but at the end I had the impression, and I think that in fact he was talking to himself. That was really particular, but the actor during that moment was fucking amazing. So cool. Outy Helly, the fact that she went at that restaurant knowing that Mark would be there, that she flirted with him like that, knowing what she did to him, who he is, all of what is happening and all. She's a fucking psycho. Elena Egan, fucking psycho. I'm sure that into her mind, she thinks that she's in love with Mark. Innie and Outy, she doesn't care about it because for her, there are animals, you know, inside, they're not. She's not respecting them, and that's why she didn't care about abusing him inside. Like, fucking psycho. But for him, Mark reintegration, if he has to remember that he slept with Worky Helly, Outy Helly, and everything, like, oh, the mess. It's already a mess for us viewers to remember all of that, so for him to suddenly have all of this information all at once into his mind, imagine during 1 second you have the entire season 1 and all of that season 2 into your mind. All of the pictures, all of the emotions, all of the informations, and trying to understand them all. It's something. That was a good episode. That was a good episode. I didn't talk about the fact that they discovered that Outy Irv has information about Lumon and the fact that he's investigating on Lumon. I'm so worried about that. Did I forget something else? Maybe, surely. But I have the impression that I talked about the major things of this episode. Which was big and which was a lot about feelings, love situationships, you know, between an Innie and an Outy, two Innies together, so, you know, two Outy together when they were in love at work first. You know, it was really about all of these situations, about someone who is with someone outside and someone inside. How do you deal with that fact, you know, when you know about it, about being in love inside, about someone outside falling in love with someone inside, you know, the situation with Dylan, everything was about these particular situations. I think that we had the example, in fact, about all of them, you know, two Workies in love, Mark and Helly, one Outy, you know, someone from the outside falling in love with someone from the inside, Dylan and his wife, and same, you know, for Worky Dylan and his wife, someone inside fall in love with someone outside. The situation about two who were in love inside their situationship outside. Someone who was in love with someone inside and outside with Burt. Someone outside in love with someone inside and outside, you know, Elena again with the two versions of Mark. Like really, I had the impression that we had everything during this episode. All of the situations like that of potential love relationships. Like all of the worky, outy, worky, outy, worky, and everything around that. That was a good episode for that. And we had a lot of kiss and sex. Okay, I'm gonna stop this review right now. I'm gonna watch one more episode today. It's all for you for this video, and it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine? Crazy.